Just a few moments ago, we heard a loud boom here at Saint Denis. I'm standing outside the Basilica, famous normally for tourism reasons, but now there is a manhunt going on, a siege of more than 5 people holed up in an apartment, believed to include Abdelhamid Abaaoud, the ringleader of the attacks from Friday. You can see armed police are here in force just behind me, and there was an explosion some way just back that direction a few moments ago. There is a report of 1 fatality, possibly 2, though this is as yet unconfirmed, and there's no news on whether that might be a police officer. Local residents were told to stay at home, or some were actually evacuated into the town hall for temporary shelter. The trains have been obviously cancelled to the area, and transport here has been cancelled. Schools will remain closed. And while this is ongoing since 4:30 a.m., with gunshot being heard from automatic weapons in bursts for 90 minutes after that, it's not yet known exactly what the situation is inside that apartment. But it's clear that the French police and intelligence services are taking very seriously their need to find these particular terrorists.
And Jonathan, we can see some security forces behind you, but we're also watching live images from the area. We can see ambulances and security forces standing by. Now, last night, French officials did release another picture of a suspected attacker who is on the loose. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yes, they released images of a 9th attacker who they found from a video, and this brought up the total of the number of people believed to have been directly involved in the attacks. This particular attacker is somewhat unidentified. They have a picture but not necessarily a name that corresponds, partly because of the use potentially of fake Syrian passports as part of the methodology of the people behind the logistics of the attacks. But that brings up to 9 the number of people. It means that there were 2 on the run. As you can see, all unfolding as we're going on right here, and I will keep you up to date if there are more updates as soon as we have them.
And Jonathan, just one last question about the capital itself. Yesterday, it seemed as if things will get back to normal. People were back in the streets, sitting at bars, showing the world we are resilient and we are continuing on living.
Let me just interrupt you briefly.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you can see behind us, the army are now moving in just behind us over there. They're going down the street towards where we heard the sound of that explosion a few moments ago. Armed soldiers with machine guns in their hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15 of them, I count, just marching down there, down that street in the direction where we heard the explosion. 15 French armed soldiers going towards there. So perhaps something is unfolding.
They're
there are
continuing
at least 15 of them, more
They're
of them potentially on the way. I counted 15 in just that particular section of them. So while we heard an explosion, there's been automatic gunfire. We know that 5 people or more are currently being held inside an apartment. There is a siege of that apartment. We're here in Saint Denis outside the Basilica. We know that this is connected to the terror attacks on Friday night. And of the 300 raids that took place over the last 2 days here in France, this is believed to be the biggest yet. This is the biggest raid yet. And as you can see, things are hotting up. We have police just behind me with also with shields in place. There are really many police here, and the army moving in as we speak, as I'm reporting to you live from Saint Denis.
Jonathan, Sacerdoti, thank you for these updates, and do take care of yourself there in Saint Denis, where there is an ongoing raid. As you could see, soldiers, dozens of them, walking in the direction of explosions that were heard. Our reporters telling us several explosions and 90 minutes of gunfire in this Paris